Women's basketball is on a rise from breaking records to packing out stadiums. There are people that are inspiration like Caitlin Clark, Juju, Angel Reeves that are giving women a great name, not just in basketball but in sports history. My name is Lade King, and right here I'm sitting in front of my display in my house that just proves that I'm a basketball fan. I'm here for the basketball culture, not just for women culture and not just for the men, for all of us. And I want all of us to have equal opportunities, and I could see that is on a rise for women's basketball, and this is just the beginning. So this right here is the logo of the school I went to, Valley Stream South. And this photo right here is when I realized I wanted to play basketball. This was at my brother's award ceremony. I'm a huge Knicks fan, and when I got to go to the wax museum, I knew I had to take a photo with Carmelo Anthony's wax figure because this is the only thing I knew. I didn't know anything about women's basketball. I started playing basketball at my high school, Valley Stream South. I started in 7th grade and I finished as a senior, and this was in me on varsity. All of these photos of me during the basketball season was during my senior night. It was a bittersweet moment. It was sad because I knew I was probably going to be done playing basketball, but I love basketball in my heart. It just wasn't for me. Felt like women's basketball wasn't getting the recognition it needed, which made me actually stop playing. Especially at my school, the girls' teams wasn't getting a lot of people coming to the games, and the crowds were actually kind of small. Until recently, college basketball women, they have put women basketball on the map. The crowds got huge, and I feel like everybody's starting to tune into women's basketball, and the crowds are getting bigger and bigger, especially for college. And they're making money. There's people like Angel Reeves, Caitlin Clark, Juju, Paige. Everybody's doing their thing. I did interview a couple people, one being a coach / mentor, and the second person is a true women's basketball fan. She also is a sports mom. And the third person I interviewed was a basketball player himself who played for many years, even played in college, got multiple championships, and asked their opinions on women's basketball. Hey, thanks for taking your time to chat with me about women's basketball. Since you've been involved with basketball for a long time as a fan / mentor, I'd like to hear your thoughts on how basketball has changed. The first question I have is, how do you feel about the recent attention women's basketball is getting?
I think it's great for the sport. They deserve it. They work hard. Hopefully, they will start generating more fans so the women can get paid their value.
Okay, my second question is, what are your thoughts on players like Caitlin Clark and Juju Watson?
Well, I think they're fantastic players, and also they are taking advantage of social media so it can help the sport.
Okay, my third question is, do you think women's basketball gets the respect it deserves? Why or why not?
50-50. I think that because they don't dunk the basketball, it makes it harder for fans to watch it because they've been spoiled by men's basketball with the athleticism of dunking.
Okay, and the second to last question I have for you is, how have women's sports changed since you started watching or playing?
Women's sports went from non-existence, no television activity, no exposure, nobody being behind it, to everyone is starting to understand that the women are fantastic athletes too.
And my last question is, what would you like to see next for women in basketball or sports in general?
For women's basketball, I would love for them to lower the rim so women will be able to dunk and we will see the crowd get larger at games, and then they will get paid their value.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for taking your time to talk to me about women's basketball. Since you've been involved with basketball by being a sports mom and a fan, I would like to ask you questions on how you think the game has changed. My first question is, how do you feel about the recent attention women's basketball is getting?
I love it. Is giving, they need it because women work as hard as guys work, if not harder.
Okay, my second question is, what are your thoughts on players like Caitlin Clark and Juju?
Oh, I love Juju. My son loved Juju too. They work hard and they getting the recognition. People's now seeing them. Before they didn't see them. Now they see them.
Do you think they're inspiring the next generation?
Absolutely. I think they are inspiring them all the way. There's a lot of girls that's looking up to them where they didn't look up to them before. It was a thing about women basketball. Now, there's a lot of girls that's looking up to them that want to be basketball players. Not only for the little boys, it's for the little girls as well.
And my third question for you is, do you think women's basketball is getting the respect it deserves? Why or why not?
It's coming along. It's not there yet. It's getting there. It still got some time.
Why do you think that?
They don't get paid the same. I know we don't bring in this, women's don't bring in the same money as, the crowd. We still got to get there. The pay is not the same. Not even equal. Not even half. But it's getting there. It's getting better.
How have women's sports changed since you started watching?
They start, having more confidence. Well, they always had confidence, but I don't know, maybe their parents change. They start, drawing the attention of fellas, guys, and not just girls. I think that's what it is, to be truthful.
And my last question is, what would you like to see next for women in basketball or in sports in general?
I would like to see them get paid, just like the guys, because they work hard.
Okay, thank you. Hi, thank you for taking your time to talk with me about women's basketball. Since you've been involved with basketball for a long time, as a player and a fan, I have some thoughts about how the game has changed. The first question I have is, how do you feel about the recent attention women's basketball is getting?
I feel like it's good. I feel like female basketball is evolving. Feel me? It's getting more attention, which it should have been already getting.
Okay, the second question I have is, what are your thoughts on players like Caitlin Clark and Juju?
I think they're good for the game. They're changing the game. Feel me? Helping bring more fans. Feel me? Using social media and stuff like that.
Do you think they're inspiring the next generation?
Yeah, I think they are.
Okay, my third question is, do you think women's basketball is getting the respect it deserves? Why or why not?
I don't think they're getting the respect that they're supposed to get, but it's coming. It's on the way, so that's good. That's progress.
The second to last question is, how have women's sports changed since you started playing or watching?
Other than the attention that it's getting, I really wouldn't know. I think it's more females playing basketball. So that's good. That's pretty much.
Okay, the last question is, what would you like to see next for women's basketball or sports in general?
Well, I guess the females could get paid more, you know, in sports. A little bit more money. They are entertainers. I mean, that's about it. More attention and more better pay.
Okay, thank you. As we could tell, women's basketball is on a rise. Fans think it, players think it, men think it. It's on a rise, and I feel like the only thing we need now is the recognition and the attention of viewers. And my name is Lale King, and this is me reporting on women's basketball.